Yeah, absolutely. So I think generally both the Trump administration and the Chinese administration became slightly complacent because the markets were rallying.
Look at what you're reading there with all your economic notes and Fed and China. When you expand on these thoughts, what are the concerns that people have? Talk about what we're seeing today with this big sell-off. All 11 sectors have been to the downside. Industrials, technology, materials. I mean, healthcare has been a constant problem. I mean, what are you hearing as far as sectors?
Well, as far as sectors, the Federal Reserve and easy money policy, and also the central banks, and secondly, trade tensions. So it's a lot. We both looked at the numbers, and you can build a narrative for both cases, as in there's potentially a recession looming, or the economy is booming.
Right.
It's a tough time being in the.
Before I get to Uber, I've got to get to Uber because you're going to be right in the thick of that crowd on Friday. But let's talk about the sell-off that we're seeing, the volatility of late, and look at now the market has gotten a little bit to the downside in the last hour.
So let's try to keep things into perspective here, right? Trade deal through social media, and I don't know how beneficial that is for the entire process.
Didn't you feel a little better yesterday when people bought the dips?
They did. They really brought this market up from the lows. We came in, S&P's open low, slowly rallied higher, and we got stronger as the day went on. It was interesting to see if that correlation was going to continue overnight. And it's a hot IPO. When we went through the SEC shutdown, the government shutdown, the whole IPO calendar dried up very, very quickly. So I think in general, people have been happy that the IPO calendar is coming back. I think there's something like 15 IPOs this week. Once we start getting household names like we got.
If the Fed stays where it is and does nothing all year, people are starting to compare this year to 2017, which ended up being like things chugged along and it was good. It was good news. And do you think just the good news keeps going? Big picture.
The Fed's message has been now and has always been, we're going to remain data dependent.
Right.
So at the end of the day, when you look at the economic calendar that we get on a daily, household names like Amazon, yes, they are high price stocks, but if their model works and they're profitable, a $200 stock is no different from